But I wanted to go live a little bit this morning to help promote the parade today. So we're doing a Hopping into Spring parade today. It's going to start at what, 3:15, I believe. Let me go live on Instagram as well. Let me pull this up. Yes, it is going to go 3:15, the Vintage Table Lady. I know. Hey, Willie, I haven't listened to your Marco Polo yet. I know that I've gone into the sales today and I have put in pre-bids because I probably can't be there for a lot of them, or some of them, the first ones, because I probably will still be live. But there's a lot of great things in there. So Isla, the Vintage Table Lady, is going to kick it off at 3:15. I'm just going to look. She's got some hand-blown candies. If you are watching me and you can follow along, you can go and look into the shop or into their closets. We've got some Murano candies, Fenton Charlton Silvercrest. This isn't the one that's going to start at 3:15. Oh, I like this planter, the bunny planter. Are you looking in? Good morning. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, I see a bunny on a nest. I wish I could pull these up on the screen, but they're not my items. They're in the catalogs, which is really kind of cool that you can go in and check out and preview things. And if you click on that items, especially if you are on your computer, if you click on the item, it'll bring it up big. And so then you can see it and you can see multiple different angles. I will say, hi, Cheryl. You're listing more in a few. I will say that as a seller, it is imperative that you get, if you're having a live sale, don't wait until the day of the sale to get your items in your catalogs, because you're not going to get pre-bids that way. You'll get pre-bids. I have everything listed last week. I have it listed for Thursday sale with me and Cheryl. So try to get your things if you're a seller on Vamp and you're able to get pre-bids if you post things in enough time for people to come and check out your catalog. Does that make sense? Hi, Lisa. I forgot I still have to call you. So sorry. So Isla is kicking it off, the Vintage Table Lady. Then we've got Space Groove Vintage. She has amazing things. Amazing things. She starts in all of the sales today are 30 minutes long, which is hard for me to do because I've gotten accustomed to doing my sales for an hour. Also, I'm still nursing this Strawberry Sunrise from Alani. Have you guys tried these? Have you tried them yet? Hi, Stephanie. Daily Sip is closed for the next 3 days. So I've had to get these, but these are pretty good. Hey, Quail. They're really good. Quail, do you like the straw? I know Quail likes her Alani's. Do you like the Strawberry Sunrise? Crushed it. Do you get a discount, Cheryl? Do you get a discount on Alani's? Oh, I don't normally like strawberry flavored things. This is really good. And it's sugar-free. If you can find the watermelon ones, chef's kiss. But I can't find them. They have cases of the strawberry at Walmart. All right, after Space Groove at 4:30, it's Two Dizzy Cats. Two Dizzy Cats. Oh, they got the lamb deers. I'm looking. Ooh. We got vintage stickers for the sticker snobs. Vintage Easter stickers. What are these? Wait, because I can go in here and I can. Oh, those are. I'm gonna put a pre-bid in on those. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You're going to have to go in and put your own pre-bid in. Oh, that's cute. Do you guys ever, let me know in the comments, do you go in and, oh, what's that? Oh, I like that. Do you ever go in and look at the catalog? I'm looking at, hi, Becca. Oh. Was that good enough for you, Willie? Do you go in and look at the catalogs? Okay, so Quail, let me unhook my laptop. Okay, so I know that a lot of you use your phones for things. We don't do that in Misty Pate's brain. We only use our phone for very little things, and we don't watch live sales on our phone. I watch them on the computer. Now, if you only have your phone, then, you only have your phone. But when you're watching a live sale on Vamp, I use the iPad to go live, Quail. It never leaves this stand. It stays here. I don't ever I use this for everything. Okay, so when you're watching it, and I don't know, let me know, if you watch us on the iPad, do you see the 3 stages, the 3 centers? I was a preschool teacher, and we had centers, little stations, like this is where this is the Play-Doh station, this is the letter station, this is the sensory station. These are stations. Okay, you used to watch the sales. So, Lisa, are they, maybe I should watch a sale on this iPad sometime to see what the view is, but do you get the stations? So on this side, you see what's going on in I don't have a touch screen. I gotta do this. On this side is where you can scroll, and like there's a hint on Nest right there, and then you can, oh, you can't see, it's all washed out. It's all washed out. You have to open the catalog separate. Thank you, Space Groove. I have already put pre-bids in. I did. So that's all washed out. But when you click on the item, it'll bring it up, and you can scroll through here. Oh gosh, you can't even see. You can scroll through there and scroll through all the pictures. You can see the details down here. And then when you're done, you just exit out, and then it'll bring up the other catalog pieces again. So that's how you can do a preview if you're doing it on the laptop. The chat is below the person speaking. Okay. No, I'm going to have to change my glasses. These glasses are falling off my face. So in the middle here is where you will see the live sale, when the sale is live. So when you're watching it on your laptop, you've got what's coming up in the catalog, previews. You can also scroll here. It says auctions and buy it now. I highly recommend that you check out the buy it now, specifically if you've already purchased something from that seller during the sale, because you get discounted shipping. So when you make one purchase, then I would go, and I do this, I'll go into the buy it now, and I'll look at the things that are in the buy it now, and I'll think, well, I've already unlocked discounted shipping. And sometimes the extra shipping is like $1. Sometimes it's $1.50. So you get highly discounted shipping for multiple purchases. So I will go into the buy it now, and I'll just look at everything, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that. Ooh, it's only $16. I like that. I'm going to add it to my order because I've already unlocked discounted shipping. So that's a little tip. If you're watching a sale, hi Karen. If you're watching a live sale on your computer, which is what I highly recommend you do, then you can easily look through what the seller has in the buy it now if you've already purchased something, and you can add something else and get that discounted shipping. Ooh, that is really cute. What is this? This is in Two Dizzy Cats. That's a cute little yellow owl squeaky toy. You can barely see it. So, and then, meow, meow, meow. Did you get your Disney? I did, and I wore it all day yesterday, Cheryl. And I didn't need that extender. Thank you for sending the little extender, but I have the size of wrists of a child. The only thing that the Lord has given me small is my fingers and my wrists. Everything else, and maybe my legs, short, not small. Everything else, he's like, we're going to make everything else big. But your nose, your fingers, and your wrists, we're going to make them small. So I have the size. No, my mouth is not small, Willie. I have the size. Yeah, I'm in a 5.5 ring too. We can share rings, Cheryl. Share rings. Okay, so this is where you get to see the catalog. Let me click off that really cute little owl. I want to say, I'm going to give you all a challenge. There are 43 people watching right now. Are you listening to me? 43 people? 44 people? We lost one. I want you to go into the sales today, and I want you to look at the catalogs. Will you promise me that you'll do that? Seriously, I'm not joking. If you're watching on Facebook, no, you're not watching on Facebook because my Facebook hates me. I couldn't get it connected. If you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, you need to come over to virtualantiquemarketplace.com, become a member. It's free. Go in and look at the catalogs today. Put in pre-bids. Okay, there's pre-bids and a max bid. The way that the max bid works is it works like it does on eBay. So if you're looking at something on eBay and it's an auction, did you want me to blow a raspberry? Raspberry. If you're watching an auction on eBay, you can put in a bid and you can put in what your max bid is. It essentially works the same way. And you will get notified when that item is going up on the block. And you don't even have to be there because it'll automatically bid for you. So I like to use the max bid option. So you should be getting a raid from all those wrestlers if you're liking your, oh my God. No, they're karate. They're karate people, Willie. And I wasn't even trying to link that horrible page. We're not going to talk about that, Willie, because it's bringing up a bad subject because I was hacked and I've lost my, okay, anyway. So check out all of the catalogs and put in your pre-bids, put in your max bids. So then on this side over here, so we've got where the catalog is, where the buy it now is, and you can see items that have sold. This is where the sale is. So when someone's live, it'll appear there. You know what I should do? Pop that up. There we go. See? There's you and me. So the chat is over here. The live is right here. And everything. I do have things in my buy it now, by the way. Just saying. Also, if you see something in my buy it now that you like and you buy it, you've already unlocked discounted shipping for my sale at 5. And also on my sale at YouTube because I'll combine your shipping. So if you buy something from me on my YouTube sale, if you buy something from me tonight, if you buy something in my buy it now, it'll all get discounted shipping. I can ship it all together. And then I'm having a sale Thursday with Cheryl Shiny Squirrel at 3 p.m. And you can look at that catalog too. And if you want me to wait to do the shipping till after that sale, you just got to send me a DM or a message and I will, hi Perla, and I will combine all that shipping too. But you see over here is where the chat is. Now, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, you're not seeing all of the chat. All right. There's a lot of people chatting in the chat and you're not seeing it all because you're not on Vamp. So in order for you to see the chat in its entirety, you have to come over to Vamp. Right now, if you're on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, you're only seeing the chat that's on that platform. So you're not seeing everybody else's chat. Does that make sense? You're only seeing the chat that's in that particular platform. And plug my computer back in. So that's like watching live sales 101, I guess I could say. When I'm live, I like to keep because I'm on my iPad And I like to keep my computer next to me because I can see the chat a little bit better. And plus I'm like multicasting, and so I'm putting it out in different areas as well. So that is basically the basics of watching a live sale on. I'm gonna go change my glasses. I'm gonna change my glasses. They're gonna drive me nuts. They're falling off of my face. Okay, these are much better. Much better. Also, do you like my shirt? I only have just a few of the ones in black. Just a few of them left. I think I only have them in larges. Yeah. I only have the black in a size large, but I have them in a forest green. And I also have I love a good antique store and iced coffee. This is merch. Vamp is not a clothing marketplace, not even a vintage clothing marketplace, but I do allow the sellers to sell any of their merch if it's branded. So if you see some clothing pieces or some things that are not vintage, it's merch from the seller. I'm gonna need an APB out. Ronnie D! I don't know. He's probably just working all the time. Ronnie's a nurse, so he works a lot. Hey, LaDonna. LaDonna's gonna have a live sale. Are you doing one today, LaDonna? Wait, why am I not? Oh my gosh, I just closed this out. Hang on. Tomorrow and Friday. Hi, Jay. Tomorrow and Friday. So let me get back to the sales that are going on today. So 2 Dizzy Cats and then me. My sales at 5. And then we've got Cheryl. I'm going to be raiding into Cheryl. She is let's check out Cheryl's. If you can, let's go check out Cheryl's. Ooh. Oh, Cheryl's. Oh, Cheryl, you know what? You didn't do what I did, but what I've done in my sale today, you're going to get it. Everybody. Hi, Gavin. Hi, Jilly. You're going to get a vintage postcard or an antique postcard. So everything is an antique Easter postcard with the item. And Cheryl has some things. Oh my gosh, that is cute. I'm obsessed right now with the nursery planters myself. And I have some on my shelf that I am like, do I want to sell her? Oh my gosh, she is cute. I put a pre-bid in. I'm not going to tell you what I put a pre-bid in. I saw that, LaDonna. You're going to have to bring one to Ireland so I can have one. So I put a pre-bid in. Cheryl's got some good things. Now, everything isn't like necessarily literal Easter. It's spring. Now, Emmeline Darlene, she's doing buyer's choice. Ooh, what do you got? Oh, she's got lots of cuties, little cutie patooties for a buyer's choice. Emmeline Darlene at 6. And then we've got at 6:30. 6:30 is going to be a duo sale between Drunk Susie and Julie Fabric and Treasures. Julie, I don't know if she's watching right now, but Julie is just recovering from surgery, so she's going to gradually get back into things. But I see some really neat. Oh my gosh, I see a really cute little dog planter. That's kitschy cute. I'm just checking out, seeing if I want to put any pre-bids on anything. I have to be stealthy and not tell you what I'm going to put a pre-bid in. Oh, there's some cute things. Okay, super cute. Oh, you are doing one with Julie? I will say that I know that Cheryl has been, if you're wanting to do a live sale, there are and you're thinking that you're like, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it by myself. I'm actually having a meeting tomorrow. And we changed it. It was going to be at night, but we're going to do it tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you are a Vamp seller, if you're an active VAMP seller and you're thinking, I kind of want to go live, but I'm scared to, I'm having a meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. If it's been a while, you've sold live and it's been a long time, you can definitely still come if you want to get a little reacclimated with going live. I cannot stress enough how much fun it is to go live. If you kind of waited for the longest time and you didn't sell live, and then now you're selling live, you can testify that it is a lot of fun. It's just the best way for you to engage and connect with your audience. And it's so much fun. Going live and having these chats and spending time with people in the community is my absolute favorite thing to do. Once you do it a few times, you're going to get the hang of it. And you're going to feel like you're just hanging out with all your friends. So I cannot stress how much support you're going to get. And I cannot express how much fun you will have if you just allow yourself. So if you are an active VAMP seller, in the messages with Misty and in the all sellers chat, there is a link you can sign up. I only have 10 slots available. So there's just a few slots left. So if you think that you want to do it, come over and just hang out with us. And it's only going to take about an hour, and we will do a little bit of an onboarding chat. And you might be able to link up with someone, or if you let me know during that meeting that you want to do a duo sale with someone, we can get that arranged as well. I know, Jilly, it is a lot of fun. And Jilly, Eclectic Avenue, you should. I was just like, I was looking at your name and I was like, who are you? I can't say your name out loud, but it's intriguing. So Jilly, English is a second language for her, and she's doing so well. I'm so proud. You're doing great. It's okay. I mean, I like it. I like the name, but yes. So Shit Shaker. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm a grown up shit shaker. You can, virtualantiquemarketplace.com. It's an online antique mall. Everything that we sell on VAMP is at least 25 years old. You might think you, Karen. Hi, Nan. You might see some things, especially in a buyer's choice sale. We do allow some contemporary items as long as they don't have a dedicated listing for them. So it is something that we will take down listings if we see that it's not following those categories. And my admins and mods do take listings down if they're not following that criteria. But it's a true antique mall. So we've got a lot of, I don't want to say we got a lot of rules, because there's just basically a few rules. One of them is you have to have 10 active listings up every month. Or your account will be deactivated, and everything that you sell has to be at least 25 years old, and you have to ship within 3 business days. That's it. Those are the rules. Every month at the beginning of every month, I do go and I deactivate accounts that aren't active and engaged. If your account gets deactivated, all you got to do is apply again. But then, if this is like a cycle, then I'm probably not going to approve you again. You can always send me a message and say, oh yeah, that one too, LaDonna. You can't post if you're selling in multiple different district marketplaces. You can't post the same items in all of those marketplaces. You have to pick and choose where you're going to have that item in whatever marketplace you're selling in. I just believe that, in this marketplace, I want active and engaged sellers. So if you are not actively selling, maybe it's just not the right time for you right now, please just send me a message. If your account gets deactivated, all you have to do is apply again. And once you apply again, send me a message and say, hey, I'm ready now, and I'll approve you again. Don't sell stinky items. That is one thing, if you are a smoker, to maybe make sure that you aren't Because if a customer gets an item and it smells like smoke, they may want to return that item. So you don't want that to happen. Stinky cute, yes. Stinky bad, no. Yeah. Oh, I know. Dryer sheets, sometimes if you put ephemera in a baggie that you can seal with a couple dryer sheets, or even those, those silica packets that you get in things like purses and stuff sometimes that will help absorb that too. And also, don't ship things that shouldn't be shipped in a poly bag, right, Ladonna? Or a Cheez-It box. Okay, Shit Shaker says, I exclusively sell out of a small shop in Kentucky. I have some nicer items, but you're scared. Well, you shouldn't be scared of eBay. Honestly, everything that I have listed on Vamp, most everything that I have listed on Vamp, I've cross-listed on eBay. And I encourage you as a seller to do that. I want you to sell your items. If you can sell it on Vamp, then that's fantastic. But if you just have to make sure that you're taking one down. I don't like the listing process on Etsy. I've sold for a hot minute on Etsy. But I do. But the thing of it is, you're charged less fees on Vamp. You're charged about 5% more on eBay than you are on Vamp. So you don't have to charge your customers as much because you're not getting charged. So I always tell people, sure, you can buy from me on eBay, but the items that I have listed on eBay are more expensive than the ones I have listed here on Vamp. So that's kind of the workaround to that. As a reseller recently complained about another district store rules: no swearing intentionally, no drinking, no music. Remember, family friendly. Yeah, the no music thing I think is important because of copyright laws. I just think that you shouldn't use music if you haven't been given permission to use music. And specifically if you're multicasting, that's not doing you any good because YouTube is going to not let you monetize it if you're monetized. Even though I just said a curse word. I'm not that much of a stickler about that. I think that if it's kind of, if it fits your, I don't know, your brand. I don't know. Are you a cusser a lot in your brand? But I don't obviously you have to think about who your audience is and who you could upset, who is watching you. But I don't have I don't have a big problem with curse words, but what I do think that makes I don't know why I'm looking at it here because I look at it on my computer, which is what I just told you to do. It's easier for me to see it. So I'm not that much of a stickler when it comes to that kind of stuff, but within moderation. I mean, I think that when you're having a live sale, one of the things that I see happening is a seller is having a sale. Are you having a sale or are you having a chat? You could be a little too chatty. And if you're a little too chatty, if you're having a live sale and you advertise that you're having a live sale, people are wanting to come to a live sale. They aren't necessarily wanting to come to a gab session for the first 30 minutes of the sale. You're going to lose a lot of your customers if you're you got to get started. You got to greet your people, say hi, give them an introduction, and let's get started on your sale. Especially if you're in a parade or your timed sale because you only got so much time, but you're going to lose a lot of people if you are just doing a big chat for the entire time because people are coming to the sale because they want to come to the sale. Now, if you're having a chat and you have things listed in your buy it now, that's a completely different story because people know that they're coming to a chat. Does that make sense? I'm not saying don't be chatty. I'm just saying don't be too, there's a balance there. And, if you've been to any of my lives, you know that we go off of the rails, down the hill. We tumble a little bit, but, that happens. That's good, Cheryl. Cheryl says she has more sales on Vamp than she does on eBay. I'm just looking at the thing. I just learned about freezing ephemera. Freezing ephemera? That's a new one to me. Oh, the rant cursing. Yeah, I don't think that you should go when you're live and having a live sale. You shouldn't really be ranting on anything other than you ranting positively on what you're selling. You know, you don't want to have a rant during a live sale because people, like I said, if you've advertised a live sale and you're having a live sale, people are coming for a live sale. They want you to get started. If you don't get started right away, they're going to go somewhere else. So you want to keep them there. Keep them there. And they're going to come back. And especially if you are consistently doing the same time every single week. I know that it is hard if you've had a live sale and you didn't sell anything, or you only sold one or two things. You're like, what's the point? My challenge to you then as a live seller is make a commitment to do 30 minutes or an hour at the same time every single week, and be authentically you. Don't give up, I guess is what I'm saying. Don't give up. There are so many of us that if we would have given up, we wouldn't be where we're at. There are times then I have thought multiple times about giving up. But I didn't. And if you give up, then you're never going to know. So you got to stick to it. That's all I can say about that. Finally got to 1,000. Oh, yay. Too late. I know. Isn't that funny? I know. There was a lot. Like, I've been posting a lot over on TikTok, and I'm learning a lot of things because it's a new platform for me. And there are so many things, like I wish I could go back in and edit some of the videos that I'd already posted, but yeah, I can't do it. I do like the editing in TikTok Studio so much better than Instagram. Oh my gosh. It's great. Yeah, I want to see, wait, what did Willie say, Karen? I think that it would be cool to have Willie and Karen Gillette, our Vamp ambassadors, because they're both mods. Well, I don't know if Willie's not a mod, but they're our ambassadors. They need to have a live together. I tend to get bored when a person is talking way. And see, Perla, we want to hear these things from you. We want to hear from sellers. And I want to say this too. I got to keep a track of the time because I'm going to have to leave here in a few, because I'll be going live on YouTube for my sale with Michael. I need your help. If you are a Vamp buyer, all right, I am looking for people to send me a quick clip of why you vamp. Why do I vamp? This is why I vamp. You don't have to show me your face, but I'm wanting to create some promotional videos, and I want to include some of our buyers. This is why I vamp. And then you could just be like, I just found this cute little bunny to add to my collection. You know, I'm just using this as an example because this technically probably wouldn't qualify to sell on Vamp because it's not old enough. I'm selling it on a YouTube sale though. And then you could be like, I'm adding it to my collection. That's why I Vamp. You know, little things like that. Testimonies. That's the word I was looking for. Testimonies. There's no app for... There isn't an app for Android yet, but you got to just use your browser. That's what I do because I'm on Android and I have it saved to my thing. Now, you can go live. Wait, let me finish one thought. So if you would send me do a little video of yourself, you don't even have to say your name. You can just be like, hi, I'm Frederica, and that's not even your name. But I just want to know, I want some clips so I can put them all together and create a cute little promo. So if you would like to do that, you can send them to me through my email, thrifterjunkervintagehunter@gmail.com. And I would love to put together a little testimony on why you vamp. So you did, Angela. See, I'm thinking about going to iPhone when I can get a new phone. I don't know how all y'all list on your phones. Why do you do that? It's hard. List on your computer. It's the best way to list. I have done it. I have tried on my computer and on the phone. It takes me less time on the computer than it does on my phone. So I don't understand why y'all are like, I use my phone for everything. Okay, I will, Jay. No, it's not, Jay. It's not easier on the phone. I've done it. It's easier on the laptop. You can't even find the list button on your computer? Why? It's right there. Wait, well, yeah. I know a lot of you aren't crazy about I had a meeting with district. They know if you're not crazy about the new dashboard, then you got to report it. You got to use that report button up at the very, very top. If you're having an issue or if it's something that you don't like, they want to hear. They want to hear that you having a problem with the way that it is. So on that very, very top, it'll be report. So if you run into something, you're like, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of that so they can see it. But that is going to be the way that changes can be made if you report it. I don't have any power when it comes to the seller dashboard. That's what district takes care of. That's what we all pay commissions, and that's what they take care of. But I know that a lot of you, but all the problems that you guys said that you're having, I'm not having on my computer. So that's all I'm saying. I don't understand you phone people. I just don't. I mean, whatever, but I don't understand it. Hi, Christy. Okay, so Jay brought up a good point too. Instagram. Vamp has their very own Instagram page. It's just Virtual Antique Marketplace on Vamp. On Instagram. So make sure that you're following us. We'll be putting announcements on there. Jay is really, really talented at creating graphics and putting things on there. So make sure that you are following Virtual Antique Marketplace on Instagram and tagging Instagram or asking Instagram to collaborate when you're making your post for your sales. So you could even send a message to I don't know, Jay, what you would prefer. If you just want someone to say add collab, because Jay wants it to look a certain way. You can do add collaboration, then she'll get a notification, then she can approve that it'll go on the Instagram page. Or if she wants you, okay, just tag. Okay, just tag. And she'll make sure that your ads are that your promotions are getting seen, or they're getting put out there. But use that tag. That way your items or your sale will be on the Instagram page as well. Let's see. What did I miss? Kim says, how do you move your photos into your listings? I set my listings up on my laptop and then open the listing on my phone to move. I use a cord. I take my pictures and then I have a file on my computer and I just upload all of those pictures. And because I also cross-list them on eBay as well. And then they're in a file that says Vamp. And then because then it's just easier, Jay. I don't know. It's just easier to do it on your computer. But then I just upload them all in there and then they're there. And then I usually, when something sells or after I've cross-listed it, then I just delete those photos. I do keep them on. Yes, it's easy to transfer pictures from your phone to your laptop. I just take my phone and get my cord. I plug my cord into my phone. I plug the other end into my computer and then I know that's kind of me too, Kim. I mean, if we're talking where the rubber meets the road, I need the keyboard and I need to see it big because I have horrible eyesight, but I need the keyboard. It just makes it easier to list. I don't know. I tried it. I'm much faster when listing on the computer. Also, as a Vamp seller, I'm trying to figure, the tags are still a mess, but please note that when you're listing items, the tags are not hashtags. They are not making your items SEO searchable. What is making your items Google searchable or showing up in an SEO search are your titles and your description and your pictures, but your titles and your description. Using keywords, if you have this, this, and you just say bunny figurine, that's not, what are you doing? That's not, this is Department 56, snow bunny, chick basket. I don't know. You're using keywords that's going to make it show up. If you're still using the iPad, you know you have, I know that I do, but it's not the same, Jay. You're not going to convince me, Jay. You're not going to convince me. So you got to make sure that you're using keywords in your title and even the words in your description is going to help with an SEO search. Those horrible tags, there aren't hashtags, they're tags, have nothing to do with making your item be seen on the internet. It's just for organization. So I'm trying to make it very brief, and I thought I knew what I was doing. I'm going to have to figure this out again. Sizes help. That is a good thing to hear. It's good feedback to hear from sellers, because sometimes we think, well, I don't need to put measurements in there. I will say that one thing that you should do when you're taking pictures for your listing is to use a ruler as one of your, like if you're like, I got this little guy up, I'm going to use a ruler in the picture. That's gonna, sometimes it helps though too, because I'll take pictures here and then I leave and I go home and I'll make the listings later and I don't have the items with me, so I can't measure. So it's helpful for you to list the items to then go and use those pictures as a reference when you're creating your listings to do the measurements, which I think a lot of people do like. So if you don't have the measurements in, that could hurt you. You maybe won't make a sale if you don't have the measurements in. So I always put the measurement at the very, very first thing. That way, when I'm selling live on Vamp and I bring up that listing, I can look on my computer that I have sitting on right next to me. It'll bring up all the description and everything. If I don't know offhand, well, obviously I'm not going to remember what all the measurements are. Yeah, they're just Vamp categories. They're not search categories. They are not SEO searchable hashtags. They are tags to help District, who is the brains. Remember, we talked about District is the mothership. They're creating. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, I own Vamp, but District is they're the brains behind everything else, because I don't know they control all of that stuff. And they help with problems that arise, or they make it very easy to ship. So those things that we're paying a commission for, that's what we're paying a commission for. The convenience of being able to list things on the fly. Well, you can if you're an Android seller, but you can if you are an iPhone seller. Oh, that's cool. Kim says, I was once searching an item and my photo from Vamp came up. I love seeing that too. And LaDonna says, I try to put everything I can just as I will for other platforms. That way I do the same thing. When you create your listings, even if it's for a live sale, I think that it's a really good idea. It's something that I do too, is create the listing in full. I may not always put in the tags because I don't do that for a live sale listing. If I have to relist it to sell as a buy it now, at that point, I will put the tags in. But I create the description, the measurements, everything is already in there. And if that item doesn't sell, then I'm ready just to post it, convert it as a static post. And it's all done. All I got to do is add in the tags. Boom. The shipping's all in there. It's ready to go. Oh, I like that. The District is Oz. Yes. I also like the mothership though too, because I like aliens. Make sure to put your listings in the correct categories. That is a glitch sometimes though, Karen. I will say that sometimes items will show up in a specific area and they've not been tagged to go in that area, but for whatever reason, they're there. So That isn't always the seller's fault. Yeah, use a ruler. I create my listings on the bay and then copy and paste. Yeah, whatever works. Whatever works. I think that's fine too. Oh yeah, my items have done that before too. I did, Christy. I think I opened it up in one of my vlogs a couple vlogs ago. You're so sweet. Christy always thinks about, she's just so considerate. She always thinks about sending a card. I wish I could be more like that, Christy, but I haven't sent Christmas cards the past 2 years. It's horrible. It is always the lucite category. If you're looking in the lucite category, you will see things that shouldn't be there. And I want to say there was another one too. Maybe it was Christmas. I don't remember. Yes. Okay. Another thing before I go, because I got to go here soon, because I got to go live for my sale on YouTube, is I want to say, as sellers, please don't undersell your items. I see a lot of times prices that are, people will start things at $1. Don't do that. I mean, you could do it if you want to, but honestly, if you are selling things for $1, you aren't making any money, and your time is also money. So you're discounting your things and you're shortchanging yourself. And honestly, in the big picture scheme of things, you're really kind of shortchanging all the other sellers as well. We are not a marketplace that I recommend starting things at $1. I don't recommend doing that ever, because people are going to expect you selling things and starting things at $1. And when you do a sale that you're not doing that, they don't want to buy anything that's higher dollar, because they've gotten used to you selling things for $1. So I don't list anything that isn't at least starting at $10. I say $8. There are some things that I have started by, Christy, that I have listed at $8. I mean, I'm the marketplace owner. Okay. I have, quote unquote, a following. I still will not start things at $1. I won't do it. Because why would you take that risk? You did not pay $1. And then after your fees are taken out, you're not making any money, and your time is money as well. So don't start things. I would not start anything under $8. Nothing. I just wouldn't. And I think that yeah, you could say, oh, $1 starts. That might get people in, but you're setting yourself up for a longevity of lower priced sales, when you could just start it at what you need to make out of that item. Does that make sense? Let me know, you as a buyer, how do you feel when you see and you're at a sale and everything starts at $1? Do you stay? Or are you mentally thinking, I ain't gonna stay for that? Everything starts at $1. It's not gonna be anything good. I'm just curious. I hate seeing sellers do that, because I think that you're doing yourself such a disservice, because your time means something too. And I get it. There have been times where maybe you've gone live and you haven't sold anything, but then you have to ask yourself, what did you do to promote your sale? Vamp we're not huge. I mean, we are not eBay. We are getting some traction, yes, but you have got to promote your sales on your social media. You tend to leave the sale. I'm saying there's something to that. No, not going to happen. Not going to start at $1. Either the price will go crazy high or the quality will be. Yeah, I agree. If it's Christmas, a seller is telling you what they bring isn't worth more than $1. It's not the best setup. Now, it works for some people, but it tends to work for people who have already established a following. And if they've already established a following, that's years in the making. It's years in the making. So I would not do that, because if you've not established your following, it's not worth your time. It just really isn't. I will stay and see what there is. Perhaps there is an item that will sneak in there. Maybe. I just hate it for the seller. I hate it for the seller, and I see every sale that comes through. I see every single sale that comes through, and I see some things sell at $1, and I'm just like, why did you do that? Don't do that. Because I don't know. That's my 2 cents. But I do want to hear from you, and I do want you in. A lot of people, I got to go here in a minute, but a lot of people ask, is there a way to leave feedback for a seller? There isn't a formal way, but one thing that you can do, and please, I want to see more buyers doing this, is using the community chat, the all community chat, the VAMP community chat. That's a chat for both buyers and sellers. And lurkers, or just people that are just here as part of the community. You can tag a seller just by the @ symbol and then their name, and then like post a little picture like, I got this from Desert Gal Curios and it's just a perfect adding to my collection. It was packaged so lovely. Thanks, Kim, or thanks, Desert Gal Curios. And she'll get tagged in that. So other people are seeing that in the community chat. She's getting a little warm fuzzy. And it's something that will let seller or other potential buyers know, hey, I'm going to check out her item. She seems like that would be a great thing. So you can message the seller as well. But I like to see a public display of appreciation. And I think that I would like to see more of that. So that's my challenge to you as a buyer. Do that that you appreciated it. I think that would be nice. It would be nice for everybody to see. All right. Is there any more questions before we go? Because tag us with your VAMP finds and displays on Instagram and use the hashtags VAMP for Vintage and Virtual Antique Marketplace so we can see and repost it, because we will repost it. We will repost it. And you can tag me in it. You can tag me in your Instagram post. In fact, I encourage you to tag me. That way I will make sure that I get notified that I've been tagged in something, and then I will share it in my stories as well on my page. So if you're watching on Facebook, well, you're not watching on Facebook because we're not on Facebook. If you are, oh, thank you. You are a wonderful woman. If you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, make sure that you are coming to the sales. 3:15 is when the Easter parade starts. I didn't get through everyone's catalogs, but go and look at the catalogs, put in pre-bids. It's very, very easy to do. And put in your pre-bid, check out the things that are in there, buy it now. And when the sale starts, after you've purchased something, go through the catalog, because you've already unlocked discounted shipping. And then maybe you can add another piece, and then you've gotten that discounted shipping. Yeah, I know, 10 minutes. I got to get ready. But anyway, thank you guys. I'm going to be back here again. Make sure that you are going to the sales today. I'm going to have a sale at 1 o'clock over on my YouTube channel, just on my YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be on Facebook too or not, but it's just going to be, at least I'm thinking, just going to be on YouTube with Michael, the Cult of Vintage. And then I go live at 5 p.m. Eastern, just for half an hour. It's not going to be buyer's choice this week. I am going to do a buyer's choice next Tuesday. I got 4 sales next week. Next week, I'm having a sale Monday at 1. I think it's at 1 with Emmeline Darlene. I got to get that catalog ready to go. And then I'm having my YouTube sale at 1, my Vamp Buyer's Choice sale at 5. And then Friday at 3 p.m., next Friday, I'm having a duo sale with Katie Retro Repeat. And I got to get that stuff. I'm going to be bringing some retro stuff. It's going to be like the retro stuff. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the 80s. It's going to be the 90s. It's going to be the retro toys and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be bringing that kind of stuff. Mark doesn't have Friday off. I would like for Mark to do a sale with me at some point, but I can't convince him. I can't convince him. I just can't. We'll see. We'll see if that can happen. All right. Let's go ahead and go. And if you have any questions about buying or selling on Vamp, or if you're a seller and you got questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will do what I can to help you understand, but I still learn things myself too. I mean, District is constantly updating and improving things. I know the seller dashboard is going through a little something, and everybody likes it right now, but they need to hear from you what you don't like about it. But they're constantly evolving and making things better. So things are constantly changing. And so I'm learning these things as well. So we do appreciate you and all of your support and supporting all of these small businesses. I want to say too, before I go, that Eclectic Avenue, Jilly, she's a Canadian seller. She is forming a Canadian seller parade. If you are a Canadian seller, go to the Canadian sellers chat room. She's going to be posting. She wants you to let her know if you're interested. Right now, she just got 3 sellers that are interested. I've actually decided to give you a reduction in your commissions for that day. All of that information is on there. So if you're wanting to get back into the swing of things, if you haven't had a live sale in a long time, if you haven't had a live sale at all, go to the messages from Misty and the Vamp Sellers chat. Sign up for the live demo with me tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I will turn your live sale toggle on and you will be ready to go. So we want to see, and I'm kind of thinking that Jilly, that Karen G, maybe she can be like the MC. I don't know. We need to turn your live sale toggle on, Karen, so you can pop in and be the MC, you know? Anyway. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go. But I will be back here at 5. So I hope that you guys will attend this parade. It's going to be a lot of fun, and these sellers have put in a lot of energy and effort, and I hope that you will come in and support them this afternoon. All right, I'm going to go so we can get ready for the next one. Bye, guys.